Next up on the men's side is FGCU, picked third in the league this year, despite the fact that they've got only 3 returning players. One of those is Brian Thomas. He's joined by second-year head coach Michael Fly. And, Coach, I guess the expectations being picked third in the league, that kind of indicates the talent that you guys have brought in too, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this has been a program, obviously, in my tenure here. We've been really fortunate to have a lot of success, and I think people expect that from us. But we talk a lot. I told Brian and these guys, everybody and every day in practice, we don't really pay attention to preseason rankings. We don't pay attention to expectations outside of let's just get better every day. If we build the program and continue to get better every day, then all that stuff takes care of itself.
You bring back a little over 30% of your scoring from a season ago. Who are some guys that you feel like can help maybe pick up the slack of what you guys lost from last year?
We're really excited about the class that we brought in. I think it's as deep of a class that we've had since I've been here. We also had a year with our staff to really address some holes I thought that we had from a personnel standpoint. I mean, for those of you that watched us play, obviously we were trying to piece some things together last year. And so we went out and got 2 point guards and Jalen Warren and Jalen Harper that I think can really push tempo and can really help us from a pace standpoint, can play off ball screens. So we're excited about both those guys. We addressed some shooting needs, I think, with Sam Gagliardi, who can really, really shoot the ball as a junior college transfer. We helped bulk up the middle a little bit with Brian, with Justice Rainwater and Dakota Rivers, who are both really athletic, can play above the rim, can block shots, and play at the pace that we want to. Quanzi Samuels and Tracy Hector will really anchor that 4 spot for us. So I think we've gotten, kind of our needs addressed in this class. And I don't think that we're going to be a star-driven team. I think we're going to be a team that on any given night, a different guy can really, really hurt you.
Brian, what's the energy been like so far in the first couple of weeks of preseason? And how's your health, too? Because I know you've dealt with knee injuries in the past.
Just starting off from the team, I mean, the energy's been great. Coach Fly's been harping on our culture and just coming together as a team. So we've been going out together, doing other things, maybe go bowling, stuff like that. And from me personally, my health, my first 2 years here, I've been hurt on and off, but this is probably the most healthy I've felt since I've gotten into college.
Brian, forget the basketball. The people want to know who's the best bowler on the team.
I want to say me, but that might not be the truth.
Dodging the question. I see. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Coach, how has Brian grown? Because I know that a lot of people believe he can be kind of a defensive difference maker for you guys.
Yeah, like Brian said, due to some health issues, but also just, when Brian came here, we were picked to win the league. We had every returner back. Last year he was thrust into a starting role really out of necessity, a lot like Zach Scott. But, I think any talk about Brian's career to this point, he really hasn't had a chance to show people exactly what he's capable of doing. Part of that's been because of our roster when he was a freshman and the depth that we had. Part of that's been due to injury. So Brian knows this since he's gotten here. Brian and I have been close. I watched him play a lot in high school. We think the sky's the limit for him, not just on the defensive end, but on the offensive end. So we've put in some stuff to make sure that we get him the ball. As he knows, I'm on him and our guys to make sure when he's open, we throw it in. But with all of our guys, I don't put pressure on them to do anything outside of let's play as hard as we can. And we're big on if you do everything right on the defensive end, now we can get out and transition. The offense will take care of itself.
Coach, in the non-conference portion of the schedule, what's more important for you guys, building confidence or building toughness during the non-con?
Well, if you ask me, it's always going to be toughness. That's really what we try to hang our hat on, is getting every loose ball, defending, rebounding. I thought last year, even with a roster that, we didn't have the athleticism, the depth, some of the talent that I think we've had in years past, we still were able to lead the league in field goal percentage defense, which was really a pride point for myself and our staff. I thought Brian was a big part of that with his shot blocking ability. But I think anytime with a non-conference, we want to play good enough teams that as we get towards March and get towards the end of the year, if we're fortunate enough to be the team that represents the Atlantic Sun, we can have good seeding, but it's also to build us and prepare for teams in the league. And so I think we've got as good of a non-conference schedule as we've ever had. Hopefully we will build some confidence as we go, but I think that will come with making sure that we defend, rebound, and we're the toughest team on the floor every night.
Brian Thomas and company for FGCU will get started on November 5th when they take on St. Louis.